guys, welcome to Booking on the Bus. The channel of ebook reviews that are free and available on Google Play Books. So what did I read last on my bus commute? I've read Dirty Kisses by Addison Moore. Dirty Kisses is the story of Daisy, who goes to Whitney Briggs University. She loves her shopping, she loves her handbags and shoes, and she pays her bills and her way through school by being a backup dancer at a strip joint. Not many people know that fact about her, just a few of her friends, one of which being the person who got her into that job. She's trying to make her own way because her parents weren't supportive of her, oddly enough, to go to university. Not even the fact that they weren't supportive of her going to Whitney Briggs, they weren't supportive of her going to university at all for a reason or other. Now, at some point during her semi-normal life at school, something happens that just crashes her life as she knows it in absolute shatters. Now suddenly everyone at school and everyone maybe in the country even is talking about her for something that she hasn't done, but appearances are deceiving. So what can she do about it other than try to hide? And hide she does at Jet's house. Jet is a man who owns a tattoo shop. He also is a student at Whitney Briggs, and he's described as this big buff guy with tattoos from head to toe who looks totally dangerous and brooding. And with a name like Jet, and you'll imagine some bouncer, like super muscle rippling guy, and you'll more or less get the picture of what he looks like. And just take a look at the cover of the book. You'll see that he's not going to be some kid trying to be an accountant or just some unassuming guy. And so because of all this scrutiny that suddenly is all around Daisy, she shacks up at Jet's house. And not only she shacks up at Jet's house, you can pretty be certain that she shacks up with Jet. But she doesn't want to. Will she? I kind of gave it away that she ends up doing it. Sorry if you don't like spoilers. Spoiler! She shacks up with Jet. But let me tell you already off the get-go, if you don't like books that are too explicit in their love scene, this book will not be for you, because this man is not only this big beefy guy like oozing pheromones of sex appeal, he's also known around campus as the Wick Dipper. And I'm not even going to explain that. Just think about it. He's basically the most famous skirt chaser at the campus. Every woman knows it, yet they still want a piece of it. Daisy, against her better judgment and against what she knows she probably should do, which is to keep her distance from this man, finds herself getting closer to him for some reason or another. And now she has to figure out, why does he seem so alluring to her? This book was a good read. I found it easy to get through. It didn't take me long to finish, maybe probably a day. Now I do like the characters, I do like the relationship of Jet and Daisy, how their history, sorry, spoiler, how their history kind of like goes on through this book. At some point it kind of seemed a bit hurried, and maybe at some point I was thinking, well, this girl Daisy, she's lacking a bit of judgment. Should she be doing this like right now at this moment? Shouldn't she like collect herself or something? But other than that, I did like Jet. I found him a good character. He's kind of funny. He has a good heart, I think. I find that he has a good head on his shoulder, and even though he himself also finds himself pulled towards Daisy, he's kind of trying to put the brakes on because of his own thing that's going on inside him, and it's quite interesting to see him work with it. The circle of friends that's around Daisy, they seem like the good sort, except maybe one of the friend that I feel like, well, I don't think she was such a good influence on her. Like, I don't want to talk too much about the book and explain exactly in detail. Well, I think that because, you know, some people don't like spoilers. So I'm just going to keep it at that. But other than that, like, Dirty Kisses is part of a series of books. So you don't get to know necessarily everything about everyone. You obviously have to go and purchase the other books so that you know more about them. But so far, just the story of Daisy and Jet, I find that they're well suited for each other. I guess in the sense of what their own struggles that they have to go through and how they help each other out. Minus for the fact that it seemed a bit rushed. And yeah, like Daisy says at one point, like they're going about this like backwards, to not use the more crude expression here. But other than that, if you don't mind more explicit scenes, getting it on against the wall at some point or another for just, hey, for the heck of it, go ahead, pick up this book, read it. I found myself engaged to the story. I wanted everything to work out for the best, especially for Daisy, because this poor girl, some of the things that's happening to her, you're like, wow, you are not lucky now, are you? Maybe part of it is like, maybe you should have thought those options a bit better, but yeah, the other part is like, this girl has been dealt a bad hand. So all in all, Dirty Kisses by Addison Moore. Pick it up. It's free. It won't hurt you to try it. And once again, I will warn you, there are explicit love scene. Them getting together is explained, not in excruciating detail, but they don't leave you to imagine. Like, it's spelled out what is going on. I would say that Jet is portrayed as a dominant type. I'll just put that out there just in case if that's not your shtick, so you know to just move along and pick another book. But other than that, Dirty Kisses, interesting book, good characters, good plot. I did like the setting, the story, the events that happened there, and I think that you should give it a try. Now, having read this book, I believe that it would make me want to read at least one more of the series, like one of the side characters that they introduced, because I want to know a bit more about it. So this was Dirty Kisses by Addison Moore, and until next time, don't miss your stop. See you later. Bye.